All right, guys, it is July 30th. Holy bejeebers, we're already done with July. I can't even believe what's happening. So, we are going to do a booking blitz tonight, and we are going to do things. How can I phrase this? I'm going to say it this way. I'm not going to be the friend that tells you what you want to hear. I'm going to be the friend that tells you the stuff that you need to be honest with yourself about. You're probably not going to like me very much afterwards, which I'm okay with. If it means you get bookings on your calendar, I don't really care. So if it hurts when I say this stuff to you, well, tough. It's not like I don't know where you sleep. If you don't like what I say to you, then, and it stings a little bit, there might be a reason. So we're doing booking blitz and self-reflection all in one, because the reason why people don't book is not because there's not parties, it's because of the internal war in our head and lack of motivation. So welcome to the booking blitz, everyone. I hope you're so excited to be here. So we will have a chance to win a prize. I will be giving a prize away on here, but you gotta participate. Otherwise it's gonna be gone. So, okay, I'm going to share my screen. So when I was making this up, legitimately, Mom, this has nothing to do with you. Calm down. It's not my mama's not booking blitz. It's everybody else's. So calm down. But I did it this way because our booking blitz is typically the same thing every single time. Here's how you reach out. Here's what you can say. Here's who to ask, blah, 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 blah. And here's the thing. Not only are you guys sick of us saying that, we're sick of telling you the same freaking thing, because we don't want to waste our time doing the same thing either. So we're not going to talk so much about who to ask. Okay. You guys know who to ask. And if you don't, that's what Dash is for. We're not doing the same thing over and over again, because here's the thing. Oh, Michelle's here. Yay. Because here's the thing. We need to help you guys with plan and step B, C, D, E, F, and move past that. So that's what we're going to cover here. So Michelle, since you jumped in late, I'm going to tell you, I'm being a little bitty harsh on this call, just so you know. So if I hurt your feelings just a little, it's just because I love you. Okay. So just so you know.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I want you to have this mindset in your head. So for those of you that saw my live video in our event beforehand, I told you guys that if you weren't going to come in here with a positive mindset, I love y'all to just get out now. Because here's the thing, bookings, it's never going to be fun to get them. It's not going to happen. Just like it's never going to be fun to wipe poop off your kid's butt. But guess what? Someone's got to do it. So you can either decide to be excited and teach them ABCs when they're changing their diaper, or you can be upset and mad about it and waste an opportunity to have something great happen with your kid. So you get to decide. You can either have bookings be a really great growing experience, learning experience for you, and training for when you have a team that asks you questions about how to get bookings, or you can be mad about it the whole time, make it take longer, and then be upset. So you get to decide this. So I want you guys to be honest with yourselves, not just for right now when we're doing a booking blitz. I want you to be honest all the time, because this is not a setup for let's just do this real quick for 30 minutes on the phone on Friday. It's for all the time. So I want you guys to decide when you're doing a booking blitz for yourself, if it's a power hour or whatever, I want you to decide to be happy, because guess what? You got to do it anyways. You might as well be happy while you're doing it. Okay. So we're going to talk about tracking. Okay. Now I told you guys also in my live video, if you don't have a system to track, we're not getting any further than this. Okay. If you don't have a system to track, every single message that you send out is falling on deaf ears. There's no point to it. So I want to show you guys my system for tracking. So that way, then if you don't have one, steal mine. I'm giving you permission. Okay. So there's two parts of my tracking system. The picture on the left-hand side is what my daily contact sheet looks like. So you can see up on the top, this is from April 13th. I will be posting pictures of this into the event so you guys can actually see them too. Okay, so every single day when I get to my set time of doing contacts, I number a page 1 through 30. Okay, now I had 31 here because I had somebody else I had to ask. So there we go. But 1 through 30, because I've decided for me, I'm doing 30 contacts. I don't care if you do 10. I don't care if you do 300. If you do, go you. I just want you to have a number and a goal, because here's the thing. When you are working out, what do? You count how many reps you have. When you are excited about a vacation, what do? You count down how many days you have. By the way, Mom, we have 70 days till Disney. Woohoo. So I want you, it makes you more excited. It's something to look forward to. The other thing, you don't waste time counting how many contacts you've done because it's already there for you. So take the 2 seconds and outline yourself for success. Now, then the next column is yes, no, maybe. Really quick and easy. Yes, no, maybe. I need to double check. I need to do this. They said yes. They said no. What was their answer when I asked them? Okay. The next one then is notes. Are they moving? Are they having a baby? This one, someone's having a wedding and a baby. Okay, that's probably not the best time to ask. This person, she can't right now because she's having a baby. She's going to the doctor right now. This person, don't ask her ever again. Okay, that's a note to myself. Don't ask her. She was mean. She was rude. He didn't like me. He said not ever. Whatever the reason might be. Notes for this, okay? So then I write all of my contacts in here after, that is key, after I have contacted them. Their name does not get written down until I hit send. Because if you're anything like me, you will send, or you will write them down and not send them and go, look, I did 30. And nobody else is going to know if you sent it. So write them down as you do it. Now, the system that I do, what I have is I do it from my phone, and I'll do texting or green dotting or whatever. And as I see the messages come up when I'm doing green dotting, I open Messenger on my computer so I can see their name. So I don't have to have Messenger on my phone and scroll that way. I can like look at my Facebook feed or look at people in a party, but I have the list of people on Messenger in my, like, you know, because you can open messages, but then you can open Messenger on your computer screen too. I have that list up, and as I send a message on my phone, it shows up on my computer. So that way then I go, okay, so send to Jennifer, and then I go, okay, Jennifer Browning, okay, done, cool. Number 31, I'm done. Okay. Yes, Mom.
I need to see that. I don't get it.
Okay, so I'll have, so like if I'm scrolling on my phone, okay. So, okay, I'm scrolling on my phone. Oh, look, here's Michelle. She just posted. I'm going to send her a message, okay? So I'll click on her name, then I'll click on the blue message button, and I'll send her a message. Well, then it takes me to their Facebook Messenger thing on my face. I don't want to have to then back out and count and write her name and keep track. So I use dual screens, Mom. So this is one screen where I'm messaging because it's easier for me to scroll through here and copy and paste here than it is for my brain to copy and paste through the computer. So that's one system that's worked for me. My mom has dual computer screens. So she can be scrolling Facebook on one side and finding people, or she can be, and then send a message on Messenger over on this side. Whatever system works for you. I'm just telling you, the main point of this is figure out kind of what works for you when you do this, okay? What's most efficient in your brain. Now then after this, I have highlighters that correspond to their answer. Yes is green. Pink, red, whatever you want to call it, is no. And that might be a no, not ever, or a no, stop asking, or no, not for a long time, and I can't tell you when to follow up because I'm having a baby, or I'm having a wedding, or I have no idea what's happening, or I'm sick, or whatever it might be. So I might not have a follow-up time. If they're yellow, the answer is no, but I have a time that I can follow up with them. So like this person said, Katie, she said summer. Okay, then another Katie, she said check in May or June. So then guess what I do? Number 14, Katie Salter. I go over here, check May and June. I go over here. I have a calendar that I bought at the store, but I can't find it right now because I don't know where it went. I have a calendar that I bought at the store, and it was a vertical calendar. I cut the ring, the loops off of it, and I stuck it in here. When someone says, follow up with me when I have new products, how many of you remember to follow up? No one? And then you're scrolling back through December and you go, oh shit, they said they'd host a party and I totally dropped the ball. Anyone else? Yes, you're not alone. I did that too. So now when someone says, follow up with me in June, I flip to my calendar in June, August, whenever, and I write their name on the same day. So it's the 30th. So I'd go August 30th, and I'd write then. If they say not to the holidays, guess what? I'll go October 30th. Write their name. Okay, so then when it's the next
Where do
day
you
and
put
I go
those papers?
huh?
Where do you put those papers?
On my
That you
tracking
cut apart.
sheet, my notebook, there's a folder right here.
Okay.
So they stick in there. So then every single day, when it's the new day, and I'm going to make contacts, guess where the first place is that I'm looking from? My notes. I might have written this person's name in March, but guess what? I'm not going to forget. I might have written that person's name a month ago, but I'm not going to forget. So when you're tracking, and like I said, I will post pictures of all of this in the event, so you'll see this, so you don't have to scramble. But when you guys are leaving money on the table and missing opportunities when you don't have a system to track with this. Okay, so Mom, do you have more questions, or anybody else have more questions about this before I go on?
No, I'm good.
All right. Okay, so here's the next thing. Where do we start? Okay, so I want to make contacts. Where do I start? Okay, so remember I told you to get a piece of paper out. Okay, so get a piece of paper. Okay, so I want you to draw, you're going to have, think of them as like little entities, like little boxes that you're going to label different categories in your life. Okay. I'm so excited there's more people on, because then there's going to be more time, more chance for people to win a prize. I'm so excited. Okay, so the reason that you want to do this is because you can't think of, this goes along with, my mom and I were talking about this. How many of you sit down at the table or sit down at your desk, wherever, and go to make a to-do list, and then you make a to-do list and you think you're done, and then you're driving to the grocery store and you remember something else. You're standing in the post office, you forget something else. You're playing with a kid and you remember something else, okay? And then you forget, okay? So this kind of helps eliminate that process, okay? It helps you when you remember someone, you don't have to like try to remember them or try to remember them. You have a system that you can add their name to, okay? So here's what it looks like. Every single person or every single box is going to get a label, okay? So for me in my life, I work at our local church. Okay, so I'm on church staff. So I have friends that I know from church staff, like my friend Jessica, my friend Marisol, they're on staff with me. So in my brain, I have a different working relationship with them than I do with just my friends. Why did it go backwards? Than I do with just my friends that I know from church. So when I'm making a list of people to contact, if you have more than one kid, don't just say kids' friends, because guess what? You have different friends of kids, of this kid, of this kid, of this. So don't do that. Be as specific as possible, okay? Making contacts is one of the most important parts of our business. Why would you not make that be as specific as possible? Okay, I thought about it this way. Things like building a rocket ship, what the most important part's probably to make sure that, you know, like the engine's put together okay. So you're probably going to want to make sure that that part is as detailed as possible when someone's making an engine for a rocket ship, okay? This is the same thing. Your business can't go anywhere if this part's not done. So I want you to think about different groups. So, and get specific with them, okay? Do you have friends? Okay, friends is like the word. If you write friends on a list, I'm going to come over there and I'm going to smack you with your list. I swear, don't do that, okay? You have friends from Facebook. Okay, well, then you have friends from Facebook that you know from elsewhere, from a mom group, from a book club group, okay? You have neighbors, okay? Have you moved? Because you have neighbors from your current house, from your apartment, from your last state, from your get specific as possible, okay? So Sarah, since you joined us, I'm just gonna catch you up. So we're making these boxes, and every single box has a list, kind of a category that you put people under when it comes to making contacts. And we want to get as specific as possible. So I work at our local church. So instead of just putting church, I have people that I know from church, but people that I am on staff from church. Okay. So get as specific as possible. Okay. So now here we go. Somebody's going to win a prize. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Okay. I'm going to set a timer and you get 90 seconds. You ready? You get 90 seconds. And I want you to, do not go until I say go. I want you to come up with as many different categories as possible, okay? It doesn't have to make sense to us. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone else, but you have to look at it and go, I know what that means. And whoever has the most categories wins a prize for me, okay? Ready? On your mark, get set, go. Think about previous jobs you used to have. Think about your significant other. Think about past friend groups. What groups do you have on Facebook that you're a part of? Do you have hobbies? Do you do any of those hobbies with friends? Do you have anything in common with them? People you run with, people you read books with. All right, you guys got 30 seconds left. For those of you that went to college, think about people you had class with. Think about people that you maybe didn't do such academically inclined things with. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, pencils down, as they would say in the test when you were a kid and you had a test. All right, so I want to know, oh, stop sharing. What is happening? There we go. All right, so I want you guys to go around and share. And here's what I want you to do when you share. I want you to share how many, and I want you to share a category or a group, whatever you want to call them, that surprised you, that you maybe hadn't have thought of before, that maybe, you know, oh, I never thought about having a category for people in there. So I want you guys to share. So I'm just going to go around in the circle since I can see you guys. So Mom, you're first.
I'm 10, and the one that surprised me because it's been so long was teaching. Because I know people from when I taught school that I was like, how old are you? A billion years ago.
How old am I minus 6 months? All right, Miss Michelle, you're next.
Hello.
Hello.
My my husband's friends.
Aha.
I have my friends, and he has his friends from like high school and his works and jobs and stuff that always keep popping up, and I didn't even think about them until I was making my list.
Mm-hmm. And how many did you say you had? How many categories?
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 15.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Sadie Joe, you're up, girl.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can.
I had, okay, good. So I had 15 as well. And the one that like surprised me was previous jobs
Mm-hmm.
that I like am friends with those people still. I just don't, I don't know, just previous jobs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you don't think when you get a new job like Pampered Chef or even a different job at all, you're not thinking about the other one because you left for a reason, so you're not thinking about it. So, all right, Miss Sarah, what about you? How many did you have and what category surprised you?
I have 9. Doctor's offices.
Mm. Yeah.
Going into the doctor's office, taking catalogs and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. We all go to the dentist. We all go to the doctor. Absolutely. That's a great one to think of. All right, Miss Tara, what about you? I know that you're dealing with your son, but if you are here and can tell us how many you had or how many groups at all.
So I have about 20-ish, give or take. When you mentioned old places, I went with my OB. And so then I thought of the hospital, which then led me to the clinic, which led me to the labor and delivery room, which then led me to my nail and hair lady. So it kind of kept going. So that's where I came up with a lot of them at.
Good, good. And that's the thing. And that's why we do this. Because how many of you have one thing that you think of and then you're like, oh, that reminds me, I got to do this. Oh, that reminds me, I got to do this. Oh, that reminds me, I got to do. And so that's why. So I want you to, I give you permission to use this as a rough draft, but you should constantly be having this list and adding to it when you meet new people at your nail salon, or when there's a new doctor at Tara's office, or when, Sarah sees a new doctor that day. Like, add people to these lists so you're constantly going. And then when you go back and look at, okay, I don't know who to ask, you can say, oh, I haven't asked these people from this group in a while. And you know why you'll know that? Because you'll have tracked them. And the last time you asked that. Isn't that amazing how that works? What do you know? All right, so Miss Tara, congrats to you. Miss 20 different groups. I'll be sending you a picture, my love, or a present, my love. All right, so we're going to keep going. Okay, so here's some things I want you to remember, okay? There's no magic trick. Okay, there's no magic words I can give you. There's no magic anything. As much as I wish I was a fairy godmother, I'm not. I can't wave a magic wand and give you anything. There's no magic anything. You just have to do it, okay? Reach out to everybody, because otherwise, guess what? It's always going to be no. I mean, if you don't reach out, guess what? You're deciding for them. Okay, now here's where you might not like me. Just fair warning, okay? Check your habits. Is bookings a legitimate part of your business? Or is being in your office complaining you don't have bookings part of your business? Be honest with yourself, okay? Because here's the thing. You're not lying to me or my mom or anybody else. You're cheating yourself out of this, okay? You joined the kit and started, regardless of how much it was or how many savings you got when you started with the intention of booking parties. And that has not gone away. Okay? So I want you to really be honest with yourself. And I want you to focus on other people, okay? Bookings are not about you. Okay? We're in a customer service business. It's not about you. Yeah, we have extra bonuses, but we get those extra bonuses from helping other people. So it's not about you. So when you're sending messages, think about that. Are you making this about you? Are you making this about what's happening in your life and why you like this and why this is happening with you? Or are you reaching out and asking because it's beneficial to them and you're focusing on them. Okay. The next thing I want to tell you is you need to change that tape in your head, okay? I'm not so young that I don't remember what tapes look like. So you need to change that tape in your head. If you sit down and you say, okay, I'm doing bookings, and you're like, oh my gosh, nobody's going to book, and this can't happen because it's summer and everybody's traveling, and then there's schools happening, and then it's the holidays, and then it's the new year and everybody's busy. Guess what? Okay, some of those, for some people, yeah, they may very well be very valid excuses, but guess what? They're still an excuse. So you have to decide to change that mentality and go find those bookings. You have to decide. Not every single person in the entire United States is traveling the same week that you're booking parties for. But it's not their job to come to you. It's your job to go to them. Okay? The last thing I want you to remember is you have to be consistent. Okay? There's no way around it. If you are not going to be consistent, all the stuff I'm telling you is going to make no difference. Okay? It's going to make no difference no matter what. So if you're not consistent, I can't make you do that. If I could, I would, but I can't make you do that. You have to decide that bookings and helping people and the benefits you're going to get are more important than all of the other things that you fill up those excuses with. Okay, here's some other tips for you. Rebook your hosts. What? You know they like to host. You know they like products. You know they like discounts and recipes and all the other things we talk about why it's a great reason to host. Why are you not talking about that? Even if it's 6 months down the line. Do you not need bookings 6 months down the line when we have a new catalog? Everybody does. So why are you not rebooking them? Make that be a habit. Make that be part of your host coaching. Okay, before we close your party now, we're going to talk about the next time you want a party, so I make sure I hold it open for you. Hello? Okay, ask every single guest. They join the party. They obviously don't hate Pampered Chef, or they like to eat enough that they don't want to use some crappy Walmart stuff. Ask every single person, because guess what? If you don't, it's going to be a no. And you worked so hard to get all of those people into that Facebook group, and now guess what? You're just letting them sit there. What? Hello? Don't do that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to tell you is pick a booking day. A day where in your office you do nothing else but focus on bookings. Because guess what? You're going to be way more focused because you don't have other things lingering in your head, but you have to have that determined. I'm not messaging this person. I'm not talking or closing up parties today. Now, if there's emergencies in parties, that's different, but I'm not focusing on Canva. I'm not looking for anything else except bookings. That's what I'm doing today. And you have to track, okay? Like, I cannot stress this enough. You have to track what you're doing. Okay, now here, when people say no, people are going to say no, okay? I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off. I'm going to hurt. People are going to say no. More people than you'd like. Probably so many people are going to say no to you. It's going to feel like everyone's going to say no to you. But if that was the case, we wouldn't have sold almost $1 billion last year. So not everybody's saying no. But like I said, it's not their job to come to you. They're not looking. That's not their job. That's your job. You signed up for that. Okay, so there's great, I'm not going to go into detail with this. Yes, Miss Sarah?
Sorry, I have to go. We're trying to plan. My uncle passed, so we're just trying to plan different times. So
Oh, I'm
I need
sorry,
to talk with my
Sarah.
mom.
I will be praying for you, my friend. This was recorded.
Thank you.
This is recorded, so I'm going to
Okay.
put it in the org page so you can have it afterwards, because I know there's more
Right.
people that wanted to watch, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Hi, sweetie.
Bye-bye.
All right, so when people do say no, there's tips in the org page and the team page. I'm not going to waste your time with them, because guess what? We're not focusing on the no, because when it happens, you brush it off, you keep going, because guess what? If you focus on the no, your whole business is going to be no. Okay, but when somebody says no, you need to ask them if it's a no, not now, or no, not ever. How are you going to know how to track that? No, I can't party for the week that you asked, or no, I don't ever want to party because I enjoy spending $75 million at Walmart every 2 months when my spatula breaks. Like, you have to know what they're saying, but you don't know unless you ask. Okay. And now, from now until the end of time, every single person that says no to you, whether it's no, not now, or no, not ever, the next words out of your mouth, texting or otherwise, need to be, Great, that's okay. I'm going to invite you to my customer group, whatever it might be, so you can stay up to date with what's happening. Rearrange those words so it sounds happier and better for you. But every single person needs an invite. Every single person. Okay, we learned at conference how important customer groups are, and they're going to be even more important now that we're switching over to table. So every single person. Seriously, if you haven't written that down yet, write that. Every single person. I can't stress that enough, okay? Now, this is one of my favorite quotes lately. I love this. I have it written all over my house, okay? How many of you are happy with what your calendar looks like for bookings right now? Okay. Nothing is going to change in your business if nothing changes with your actions, with your attitude, with your mindset, with your determination, with your motivation. Nothing's going to change. We could be having a booking blitz again in 6 weeks, and guess what? We'll be in the same exact spot. So nothing changes if nothing changes. And as much as I love you all, I can't be the person to change that. You have to do it. Okay. Now, here's this. These are other places where you can find more information about bookings. If your calendar's low, what to say when people say, I'm not really sure, or I don't know how to respond to this person when they say no. These are great resources for you, okay? Do you notice how I didn't put a picture of me or my mom? I mean, we're in the Success Squad photo, but that doesn't count, okay? My mom and I are always here to help you, 100%. We love you more than you will ever be able to understand, and we believe in you so freaking much, it's ridiculous, okay? But here's the thing. We know all three of you, Sadie, Michelle, Tara, all three of you guys, we know you want to be directors, okay? And we know a lot of the people that are watching this recording want to be a director, all right? Now, while it is 100% okay from now until forever, if there's a crazy problem, we are always here for you, always. But when you become a leader, you're going to be the person that everybody runs to. So just like we're practicing doing stuff that a leader does, I want you guys to practice. I mean, if you don't know something, what do? You go look it up. So go look it up. Try these resources. They're here for you. They're specifically, this doggone virtual up here, she was a Pampered Chef consultant. And she's incredible. She's amazing. She blows my mind. She's so larger than life. I love it. I want to bottle her energy and take a pill of that every morning. It's incredible. So these are all resources that are available to you and that are helpful for you and that can give you and explain to you information in ways way better than me and my mom can. Okay, so find these things and use these things because that's what they're for. Okay, so all right, I'm done. How many of you hate me? It's totally okay if you hate me.
We still love you.
It's okay. I know, Mom, you hate me. It's okay.
I'm raising my hand.
Okay, what?
Calm down.
Uh-huh.
Some days I hate you.
I know.
That has nothing to do with Pampered Chef. All right. So a couple of, yay, thank you for this, Nicole. I think we need to hear that. But a couple of things I want to add are, we plan these booking blitzes, and I want you to get into the mentality of you don't need a booking blitz. Mm-hmm. You need to do booking. Bookings need to happen every day you breathe. I'm just going to say it that way. Like, don't make it be a specific event.
It doesn't need to be bookings a thing. Don't make it be a thing.
Bookings don't need to be just like a week long or a few day thing. Even though we have that to kind of rally and get all excited, you need to work bookings. If you do not have bookings, you don't have a business. So booking blitzes need to be all the time.
Don't wait for me or my mom to do a booking blitz. Okay? You can do your own in your head, in your office, by yourself. You don't need one of us to put together something fancy.
And so we do the blitz because it's fun to kind of rally, but Bookings need to be worked into your daily schedule somewhere, somehow. Okay. Nicole mentioned about any person that says no, that you're going to give them an invitation to your VIP group. Here's very careful verbiage. I don't want you to say, would it be okay if I invite you? Or would you like an invitation? You say, I am inviting you, and then send the invitation. So you're not asking permission. You're going to just add them. If they don't want to join, guess what? They won't accept. But you don't want to get back into the, oh, well, I asked them and then they didn't say anything, so now I don't know whether to add them. Just, you're going to add everybody, but the verbiage needs to be specific, okay? And then I think I want to just touch on what Nicole's talking about using the resources that you have. We definitely are resources, but we can't do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like if you have 1,000 bookings, your director doesn't go, oh, I did that. I helped with that. That was me. It wasn't me. It wasn't Nicole. It was you. Just like when you don't have bookings, it's not Nicole or me or your upline or whoever it is. We have to start taking responsibility for. Do you remember that movie that I don't know, it's about a wedding, and it's like, I think it's with Julia Roberts, and she says something about every woman has exactly the relation, sorry Alex, but every person has exactly the relationship that they want, or something like that. Every single one of us have exactly the business that we want, because if we want more, we'll do more. If we don't like what our business is right now, we have the power to change it. And so the same with your bookings. I don't have the number of bookings I want. I have to make booking calls. So, all right, Nicole, what is the plan for the next kind of days? Even though we're doing bookings every day, what is the goal of the now through the 2nd?
So first, after we're done with this, we're going to take like 10-15 minutes, and you're going to message all the people from one group. Miss Michelle, you can start adding to your group, since I know it's so late for you. If you don't want to message people, that's okay. You can start adding more people to your group, but we're going to work on our groups for a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do that when I'm done. The next few days are going to be filled with booking ideas, videos, posts from things, links, articles, things from those resources that I shared with you. I'm going to share some of them actually in the group, because here's the thing. I know that it's a lot harder to just say, oh yeah, I need to go look at this, doggone virtual thing. Like, I need to just go look at that. But if I'm showing you and you read it and say, wow, this is really good. This is really cool. I want you to see what I'm talking about, that it's important. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of that stuff with you. I'll be going live at least twice a day to share with you guys some different ideas, some check-ins with you. I'm also going to be doing a live video on Sunday. I have to check Sunday. I can't remember what day. I have it written down and I don't know where it is. My office is a mess because I have a vendor event tomorrow, so I'm a little like, so I will check, but I'm going to do a live video where you guys can come and ask questions. So I have a host say this, what do I do? Or a potential say this, what do I do? How do you follow up with this kind of person? And we're only talking bookings, so not new recruits, not anything else. It's just going to be specific for bookings. How do you reach out to this? What do you say to this? How do you follow up with them here? How do you do all of that kind of stuff? So if you've had questions about that before, that's what that live Q&A is going to be for, that I'm going to do for you guys, okay? And then besides that, I'll be giving away more prizes and more things that you guys do. And then I'll be having a fun little challenge on Monday, because that's our very last day to get bookings. So I'm going to have a fun challenge for us on Monday as well. So we have some more stuff coming up.
Awesome. Okay, I got 3 more things. So here's one thing. All of the resources, training is good, a good use of your time. But making contacts or sending messages is better.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get hung up on training. Make training time separate from your contact time, and make contact time the priority. It's better for you to send a message that's not the most perfect message than wait and take training. So don't get hung up on that. And then if you have any conversations with people and you don't know how to respond, put it in the booking thing. Like take a screenshot and say, oh my gosh, what do I say to this?
I have a post going for that.
And we can all help each other.
I have a
Oh,
post.
she's
here
on
that's
it.
that.
She's on it.
So that way
Okay,
then
sorry.
if Sadie Joe goes, oh my gosh, I have this person that said this and I don't know what to do. And then Michelle 2 days later is like, oh my gosh, I had this, oh, you know, I'm going to go to that post. I'm going to scroll through, see if somebody else has had that. Oh, this is how she had, okay, cool. Let me try that. So that way then we have one place with all of those, help me, I don't know how to respond to this question. We have one place for all of those. So that'll be in there too. But again, a lot of stuff there. Don't be alarmed. There's going to be a few posts that are going after this into the event. So don't be alarmed, but there's going to be some resources that I'm putting in there afterwards and posts I'm putting in there afterwards. So if you see me blowing up your phone, it's just because I love you. All right. So any other questions, Mom? Anybody else?
No.
I have one, but it has nothing to do with right now. I was supposed to contact you earlier today, and my littles threw off my schedule completely until they left at 6 o'clock. So, and then after that I went, oh my gosh, like it was just a mess. So if you could just text me when would be the next time that I can speak with you this weekend, that would be wonderful.
Will do.
And I will ban the children from my house.
You're if you figure out
All right,
how
I'm
to
gonna
do that,
go.
let me know
Okay.
so then I can ban my child from my house too. So if you figure out how to do that, let me know so then I can do that at home. So, all right. So if
I
we have
will.
no more
I absolutely
questions-
will.
Okay, thank you. If there are no more questions, then okay, we're gonna take the next 10 minutes. Michelle, I know you might need to go. We're gonna take the next 10 minutes and we are going to focus on making contacts from one of those groups, okay? One of those sections. I don't care which one it is. I don't care whatever it is, but here's the thing. I want you to have some sense of accomplishment when you leave this booking blitz. And here's the thing. I don't care. The message is not the most important part. It is important, but making the contact is more important. Like my mom said, okay, don't just reach out to them and say, hey, book a party, do this now. Like, okay, don't do that. Practice, use it. How do you book a party? What words do you want to say? How can you make it about them? Okay, all of the stuff that we talked about. Okay, so I'm gonna give us like 10 minutes. I want you to start messaging people, and then in like 7-10 minutes I'll come back and then I will see where we're at. Okay, so I'm gonna mute us all, and then we're gonna go, and then I'll come back. Okay. All right, I want you to finish up the last message that you're sending, or find that last person and send it, because we all have one track mind, so I want you to finish what you're doing. All right. All right, so now I want to talk with you guys a little bit, one thing before I let you go, because we still got like 5 minutes left. So before we go, I want to issue a challenge to us all, because here's the thing. Everybody to some degree has some kind of little motivation that's in their brain, or something that makes them really excited to do. Plus, it's just so much more fun if we do something all together. So here's what I thought. So since it's bookings, that's what we're talking about, that's what we're going for, that's what it is. Obviously, it only makes sense to have a challenge of how many bookings we can get. And so when I was coming up with what number to do, I wanted to pick something that was not just arbitrary, that didn't really matter, like I didn't want it to not matter. I can word good, I promise. It's been a long day, guys. But I wanted to have something that made a difference to some of us, okay? So we all just came back from conference, okay? We all had an amazing time. We all had like the best time humanly possible, right? Like we loved it. It was amazing, and it was fantastic. It really, really was, okay? So here's what I want us to do. So when thinking about what number to choose, I chose the number 41. Why do you think I chose the number 41? Anybody want to take a guess? Mom, I know you know.
I'm going to try it because it just came to my mind. 41 year of pampered chef.
Yes, way to go. Okay, 41. Woo! Look at, I even have it here. Go me, I feel so prepared. Okay, so 41 years of pampered chef, okay? Now, I want you to think about this as you're making contacts. Mom, I was thinking of you, and you might cry when I say this, so if you do, I'm sorry. I want you to think about 41 years ago, the fact that when Doris Christopher needed to fill her calendar, she didn't have a team to do it with. She sat in her basement, in her office, all by herself, and decided she was going to find bookings. Now, it's a lot scarier to do that when you don't have a team, you don't have a reputation, no one's heard of you, and you're doing it all alone. So we have all of those things working for us. So when you're making contacts, I want you to think about Doris Christopher as a full-time mom of 2 girls launching a business by herself in the basement of her house with a lot more on the line, risking than all of us did. And I want you to think, if she could make contacts and she figured it out, what's your excuse? Like, we have resources, we have 41 years of people doing it before us, we have a lot of failures and learning how to figure it out from Doris and all the other consultants that have come before us. So we have no excuse. No excuse. So that's what I want you to think about when we're thinking about bookings, when you sit down and do this, okay? There's a line, and I love this line. There's a line in Harry Potter when they're getting ready to fight, and they're practicing to fight fight Voldemort. And Harry says, every witch or wizard that we read about, and every good witch or wizard that we want to be, started just like us. Learning the very basics, learning how to hold a wand, being nervous for their first day at Hogwarts. And I want you to think about the same thing. Every single consultant that we saw recognized for national executive director, for getting 500 recruits, for having so much in sales, they started just like we were with having to get parties on their calendar. But they decided that they were going to do it. You have to decide that too. That's the only difference between you and them. They decided they were going to. You have to decide that too. And that's your decision. Okay. All right. So I have a few minutes for questions if anybody has questions. Or if anybody just needs to unmute to tell me they hate me, which is fine. I don't care. All right. Well, if nobody has anything, I'll let y'all go because you guys have a lot of booking contacts to make if we're going to get 41 bookings. So I will have a post going into the event event group page, whatever it is, the eventness of keeping how you will let me know that you're keeping track of your bookings, as well as what happens when we get to 41 bookings to and our fund tracker. Okay, so anybody have any questions?
I do, real fast.
Go for it, girl.
Is it 41 bookings? 41 bookings, like all of us together?
Yes, all of us together, the whole org. Yes.
Just making sure.
I mean, here's the thing. If you want to go out and get, Mom, you're muted. If you want to go out and get 41 bookings yourself, I mean, I'm not going to say no, but us as an org.
I mean, I had a slight panic attack.
I mean, if you want to do it, then go for it, girl. But
Yes, no, sorry, you're mistaken. It is Sadie Joe, 41 bookings for you.
Only Sadie Joe. That's it. Everybody else is on their own.
Okay.
The whole team versus Sadie Joe. Ready, go.
Kicking back. Woo, Sadie Joe's carrying the team.
I'm gonna get that D word.
Yes.
You're so funny.
I love that.
Part of doing it is being able to say it out loud.
Well, you know what? Okay, a lot of people,
You might have to work on
let's
that.
go back to this. Let's go back to this. A lot of people couldn't say Voldemort's name, yet they still killed him. All right, I'm just saying. So it's okay. Whatever motivates us. It's all right. It's all right. So, all right, yeah, 41 bookings for the whole org. Thank you for clarifying that, Sadie Joe. Okay, any other questions so I can let you guys go because I want to be respectful of your time.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's all good. Thank you for this, Nicole.
You're welcome.
I'm going to go live and show what I just printed off. I just did a report and printed off every single person who's ever bought cast iron from me. And I'm going to be contacting them. That's one of my categories.
There you go.
I will do a video of how to do it.
All right. If nobody else has anything,
All right.
I will let you guys go.
Bye-bye.
Watch for my post in the event and ask questions. Let me know if you have anything and then keep tracking things. If you get anything from this call, please keep tracking things. All right. I love you all. I will see you guys later in our event and happy Friday.
Bye.
Thank you.